Welcome to JD's class. Okay, today we're looking at conventional mathematics. Like a section of conventional mathematics. We'll be focusing on ratio today, but generally what we'll be looking at is ratio, percentages, profit and loss, simple and compound interest. That's what we'll be covering throughout the section of conventional mathematics. Conventional mathematics is basically related to word problems because it has so many brain-racking examples and the rest. It just means you have to think a lot in this particular section of mathematics study. But starting with the basics, ratio. Let's see what ratio is all about. A ratio actually tells us how much of one thing there is compared to another thing. So it's just like saying if I have 4 oranges and my brother has 2 oranges, the ratio of my oranges to his oranges is 4:2, and if you reduce it, it's like 2:1. Okay, so that's actually how it is. So ratios are always represented in this format: A/B, or sometimes A with B, that's in fractions. And for you to really understand ratios, you have to understand these two main things: part to part and part to whole. You really need it when you're solving examples on ratio. Now for part to part, it's just like telling you that one part is in the ratio to another part. Just like I give example of 4 oranges to 2 oranges. Yeah, but part to whole is a little bit different. It's actually a ratio of one part to the whole, that is to everything that you are finding the ratio of, from the 4:2, the whole is actually 6. Like all the oranges, that is the whole, so that is actually 6. So that is part to whole. So for my own part of oranges to the whole would be like 4:6. Yeah, that is 4/6. You basically need it for you to be able to solve examples on ratios. Where you have to divide by the whole, multiplied by the quantity to get the actual share for each person. Now, for us to deal with examples, we'll be considering these 4 things: how to express ratios in simplest form, how to find largest or smallest share, how to find solutions to simple equations using ratios, how to find a missing term. Okay, so now if you're very much interested in these ratios topic we're discussing, I'd like you to give us a thumbs up, and also please subscribe if you've not. Now let's go to the examples. Basic examples we're looking at is this. Starting from the top, we have express the ratios 30:150 as simple as possible. So that means that I just want you to reduce this to the lowest term. So we have this. Okay, for the first one, we have 30:150 as simple as possible. It's the same thing as 30/150. Okay, now, and this is the same thing as 3/15, which is the same thing as 1/5. So as simple as possible is 10:1:5. That's the answer. So ratios, most times you have to reduce the lowest term. You can ask you so many questions like this, but this is just an example for you to understand that these can really be a particular way for you to find ratios, reducing to the lowest term. Okay, now the next one is this. Okay, now this one is actually supposed to find the largest share. If 3 children share 10.50 kobo among themselves in the ratios 6:7:8, how much is the largest share? Okay, now, so for us to do this actually, you need to remember that you, just like we did other ones, you bring out the information. So we have 3 children. Okay, we have 3 children. So for this, we have 3 children. And this is what they are going to share. They're sharing actually 10 around 50 color, and you can just say 10.50, but this is what they're going to share among themselves. Now the ratios they are going to share these on is 6:7, ratio 8. So like the first child is 6, his ratio is 6, the second child is 7, and the third is 8. So that is it. Okay, now to find the largest, you have to look at the which of them has the highest ratios here. And actually the third one, which is 8, has the highest ratio. So, and this will help us to like be able to find the largest share. So remember that for us to solve this, you apply parts to whole, meaning that we'll find the sum of this. All of this here will give us actually 21. I think that's correct. Yeah. So the sum of the ratios is actually 6 plus 7 plus 8, which is 21. Okay, so now that means to get the largest share, we're going to divide the largest ratio by the whole and multiply it by the amount. This will give us the largest share. So it's actually 4. So this is the largest share. Okay, they're sharing the money, so it's a bit narrow. So this is it. So this is the largest share for the child with the ratio 8. Now let's move quickly to the third example. Now the third example is this. If 3 letters A, B, C and the ratio 3, ratio 5, ratio 6, find the value of 2A plus 4C over B. Now this one is just easy because you need to understand that A, B, C are in the ratio this, meaning that A ratio B ratio C. I'll put this here. Okay, A ratio B ratio C is equal to 3 ratio 5 ratio 6. That means A is equals to 3 and B is equals to 5 and C is equals to 6. So putting this value in this equation or fraction there, we'll have where A is, we'll have 3 here, and where C is, we have 6 here, divided by B, which is 5, and 2 times 3, 6, plus 4 times 6, 24, divided by 5, we get here 30 over 5. Now our answer is actually 6. That is it. So that's just as simple as that. So just help you to understand that you can see examples like this, and this is how we solve it. You just equate it to the particular ratio and put it in the fraction, you solve. Okay, now the last one is this. If 3 boys shared X oranges among themselves in the ratio 3 ratio 5 ratio 8, and the smallest share was 45 oranges, find the value of X. So at this point, we're actually looking for a missing item. And the missing item is the number of oranges that these 3 boys are going to share. Now, the information from this is just that there are 3 boys, that this is their ratios, and that the smallest share is this, and we don't know the number of oranges. So we're going to use the information to find the answer, which will give us the smallest ratio, help us to find the smallest share, help us to find the number of oranges, since that's all the information we have. So the smallest share is actually 3. The sum of ratios is this, 16. And the smallest share is 3, and we'll divide it by 16, and we times it by X, since that is the quantity we're looking for, and which is equal to 45 oranges. So since we're looking for X, we'll just go ahead to say 3X over 16 is equal to 45. And if we cross multiply, 3X is equal to 45 times 16. And that means X is equal to 45 times 16 all over 3. And you know the answer would be equal to 240. Yeah, so this is x, so that's the number of oranges they are actually going to share. So that's just it for ratios. We have seen very basic examples on ratios, and if you want me to solve my examples, you can put that in the comment section. If you don't understand these examples, you can ask questions also in the comment section. Thank you very much.